Hi, this is Dr. Latoya Wells, family nurse practitioner, doctor of nursing practice, owner of Wells Legacy Health and Wellness, here with you for another episode of Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Wells. Just want to say thank you all so much for being here. For those who will watch this video on replay, thank you so much for taking time to do so. Want to just jump in tonight so we can get on to our topic. We're going to continue with the discussion of blood donation. Last week, we had a video that I submitted to you all just talking about the statistics of blood donation, why it's important, and just some information to let you guys know just how important blood donation is. This week alone, I've talked to about 5 people that I met who either have sickle cell anemia, who are battling cancer, or who have other blood dyscrasias or blood disorders that require them to have blood donations on a frequent basis. And as someone who has been in healthcare for a long time, 25 years now, I've seen the impact of blood donation and how it can help the lives of individuals who are in need. And so tonight we're just going to continue with that conversation and discuss that a little more in detail. I do have some information that I want to share with you at the end of the broadcast. And so just hang tight. We'll get there to that information. But I just wanted to put that out there that it's so important. And the reason I'm spending so much time on this is because 1 pint of blood could save as many as 3 lives. And so when we think about the magnitude of that, if everybody donates 1 pint of blood in a day, how many lives that can impact. So very important. Each year, an estimated 6.8 million people in the United States donate blood. 13.6 million units of whole blood, red blood cells, are collected each year. About 45% of people in the United States have group O with either positive or negative blood, and the proportion is higher among Hispanics, about 57%, and second is African American. And we're going to talk about the different blood types and why it's important for you to know what your blood type is. Type O negative red cells can be given to patients of all blood types. So they're considered to be the universal donor. Anybody with O negative blood can donate to pretty much anybody. The type AB plasma can be transfused to patients of all blood types, since only about 4% of people in the United States have AB positive blood or have AB blood. Red blood cells must be used within 42 days or less. And platelets must be used within 5 days or less. 1 second. It's hot in here. I don't know if it's this light or what, but I just got hot. So the importance of donating blood is so we can talk about this for a long time. And it's something that is near and dear to my heart because I've worked in the hospital, in the emergency room, and I've seen people and patients come in and need blood and blood products to save their life. And if I said it before, if one person donates 1 pint of blood, we can save the life of 3 people. The different types of blood, and so it's important for you to know that. And when you go to your doctor's office, if you have blood work done, it's not typically done on routine blood work. So it's something that either when you go to donate blood or if you ask for it, it can be done. Okay, so if you're not sure what your blood type is, you can go to the blood center and they can draw your blood. If you see the big red buses all over, they can draw your blood and be able to tell you what your blood type is. And keep that. If you have to keep it in a little card, just keep it commit it to memory, so that way you know what your blood type is. So the different types of blood is A positive, which is approximately 30% of the United States population. Then you have A negative, which accounts for about 6%. Then you have B positive, which is about 9% of the US population. Next, we have B negative, which is less than 2%. So that's considered to be fairly rare. Then AB positive is less than 4%. Then you have AB negative, which is the most common blood type in the United States, but the least common, blood type in the United States, and it's about 1%. And then you have O positive, which is the most common type in the United States. And then we have O negative, which accounts to about 7% of the United States. So it's important to know what your blood type is, because one, if you have to receive blood or blood products, it's important to know that. And then secondly, if you are giving blood, then it's important to know that as well, because then you'll know if you're O negative, then if they have a shortage of O negative, and anytime there's a natural disaster or any type of mass casualty event, they are in high demand, high need for blood products. And so not just when there's a casualty, but every day someone is requiring blood products to sustain their life. I met a young lady who is a sickle cell provider or individual. She has sickle cell disease, and every week she is having to go and get blood products in order to sustain her life. And this month is also cervical cancer awareness month, and so we've talked about that. Individuals with cancer need blood products as well, and so it is important that we do our due diligence to help replenish the blood supply and to make sure that we are doing our part to save a life. Many times when we speak of organ donation, that's a whole nother topic, but it goes back to your blood type. And if you can donate to someone else, I just can't stress it enough, the importance of donating blood. If you have not donated, or if you're afraid of donating blood, let's talk. Let's talk about some of the statistics behind it, and some of the myths behind it, and some of the myths that I've heard in my time of working in healthcare is, well, I can get HIV or AIDS from donating blood, and that is not true. And the likelihood of someone being infected with blood products that are HIV positive is literally never anymore, because they test the blood, they do rigorous testing on it before it is sent over to be donated to someone else. Some of the other myths are I can, get genetic testing and things like that done with my donated blood. And that's not necessarily the case. They do certain tests on the blood products, but they're not looking at genetic testing. And so there's so many other myths and just misconception or misunderstandings when it comes to receiving blood products. And the process is fairly simple. What will happen is, if you go to one of the big red buses and you want to give blood, they're going to ask you to fill out some paperwork, or either on a computer now or tablet now, and ask some information. They're going to ask you, have you donated blood within a certain amount of time, usually within like 3 or 4 weeks. If you have anemia, if you're taking certain medications, if you have been exposed to certain conditions, if you've traveled outside of the United States. There may be some questions regarding your sexual preferences, things of that nature. And based on that, they will let you know whether or not you qualify to donate blood. And based on that, then they will prep you for the blood donation. They walk you, those individuals who are there walk you through that process. They talk you through, they make sure that you have fluids and drinks and, snacks as you are donating blood. Some of the other myths that I wanted to talk about: it takes a long time to donate blood, and typically it takes about an hour to provide for the whole process. So that includes the registration, that's the health check, and the blood donation. So after you've answered some questions, as I mentioned, about your health, your travel history, what they'll do then is they'll check your temperature, your pulse, your blood pressure, and they'll also check your hemoglobin A1C, or not your A1C. They'll check your hemoglobin to make sure that your hemoglobin is at a healthy level in order for you to donate blood. The blood donation in itself usually takes about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay. So after that, they'll have you relax a little bit. They'll give you some water to drink, a snack, and then they'll allow you to leave. Just want to make sure that you're not dizzy, that you're not having any symptoms of donating blood or what have you. The next thing is it will hurt. It's only momentarily when they stick you with the needle to poke the skin, and then there's a cannula that goes in. The needle comes out, and there's a little cannula that goes in that allows the blood to collect in the collection bag. So only momentarily it hurt. Otherwise, there's really no pain related to it. Some individuals think that, well, if I've had a tattoo, I can't give blood. That's another myth, and that is not true. Typically what happens is in some states, they will have you wait a certain period of time. So you may not give blood in certain states. They may have like a waiting period. So if you are if you get a tattoo in Idaho, Georgia, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New York, Pennsylvania, Utah, Wyoming, and the District of Columbia, you have to wait 3 months no matter what. So just check with your state, and I'm sure there's people watching from all over. So just check with your state in regards to their rules and regulations for donating blood after tattoo. I don't have a rare blood type, so my blood donation isn't needed. That is not the case. We need all types of blood, all different types, A, B, A negative, A positive, all the ones that I mentioned. Everyone's blood is in need and can help save someone's life. I'm too old to donate. There's no maximum age for which you can donate blood. In some states, you have to be 16 and get parental consent. Other than that, at the age of 17, individuals can donate blood without parental consent. I'm on medication, so I can't give blood. And again, there are some medication that we kind of take a look at. But for the most part, it does not qualify you from giving blood. So in almost all cases, medications will not disqualify you from giving blood. So if for some reason you're on a medication and you are disqualified, those representatives that are there will have that conversation with you and give you the explanation as to why. Another myth or another common misconception is individuals who have high blood pressure and they can't donate blood. That's not necessarily the case. However, they will check your blood pressure there. And if your systolic blood pressure, the bottom number, if it's above 180, the top number, systolic, and if the diastolic is greater than 100, they will not allow you to donate blood. However, if your blood pressure is fairly stable and maintained, then you will be able to donate blood and give those blood products. Some of the other myths are I'm not feeling well. And typically if you are, it's not really a myth, but if you are sick, they will ask that you come back when you're feeling better to make sure, one, that they're not depleting you of needed fluids while you're not feeling well. The Other question that I've heard is, well, because I'm a certain race, I can't give, or my blood isn't necessarily needed. And that's not the case. I can give blood and it could help 5 other people from different backgrounds, 3 other people from different backgrounds. So it doesn't matter. And I think a lot of time, because we are not educated and we are fearful of needles, that we forego or don't give blood. And it's something that's so important. And I know for a fact it can save many of lives. We talked about some of the other statistics when it comes to giving blood and why it's so important. There's a lot of individuals who need platelets. They need the plasma within the blood, or they need the whole blood component in and of itself, the red blood cells. There's so many different components of that sample, of that pint that you give, that can be given to someone to save their life. And we're not just talking about individuals I mentioned earlier with cancer or who have sickle cell disease, but you're talking about accident victims. You're talking about individuals who have to undergo surgery. We have women who are delivering their babies via cesarean section and they might have to get blood products. There's so many children who have different conditions need blood products, and we have to do our part to help. And it might not be your thing, and I get it, but if this information reaches one person and I can encourage one person to go out and donate blood to help save a life, then I've done my job with doing this 30-minute live. I have several people that are online now. If you have donated blood, can you please drop me in the chat? I know my husband has a very, very, one of the rare types of blood, and they're always sending him information or requesting that he come and donate blood. And many times, if you go to like One Blood and you see the big red buses, they have different things that they'll give you as an incentive for you to donate blood. I know we've gone to the movies several times because my husband has gone and has given blood, and they've given him movie tickets to go to the movie. So we've had several movies because he's given blood. For individuals who can't give blood, like for myself, I cannot donate blood because I'm anemic and my iron levels have been really low. However, I need to go and try again now because I might be able to give now. But a couple years back, I wasn't able to donate blood. But I will be looking into that here soon. And there's so many other conditions by which you can't give blood. I don't believe that if you are a woman and you're pregnant, that they will allow you to donate blood. There's so many other conditions that will prevent someone from donating, but you don't know until you ask. So it's important to make sure that you ask if you do qualify. We talked last week about sickle cell disease, and I want to highlight this because I've met several people with sickle cell or the sickle cell trait this week alone, and the impacts that it has on their lives is phenomenal, and how blood products help them get through day to day. And I was going to have a guest speaker tonight, which was a young lady that I met who is someone who's living with sickle cell, and she had to go for a treatment this week at the local cancer center to get blood products. And so each year, sickle cell disease impacts 90,000 to 100,000 people in the United States, and about 1,000 babies are born with the disease. And if you can think about 90,000 to 100,000 people who will likely need blood products, that's a lot of people. And when I see the big red buses and I see people going to give blood, it just does something to my heart, because I know people are going to be getting the needed blood products and supplies that are going to help save their life. So we will have more information on blood donation and blood products next week to kind of close things out. I did want to take a few moments because we have surpassed the 1,000 followers and like mark on our Facebook page. And I just want to say thank you to all of our new followers for helping get us over that mark. And I believe today we had, I believe it was 1,098 followers. So I want to take a moment to just introduce myself to those individuals and say thank you all so much for taking time to like our page. For those of you who are here, who are regulars, please share, please like the page. If you have liked our page and you're following us on Facebook, follow us also on Instagram. I like to see the numbers go up because we have some exciting things coming up and I want to be able to get this information out to you. So thank you all so much. Just a little bit of introduction of who I am. I am Dr. Latoya Wells, family nurse practitioner, doctor of nursing practice. That's where the doctor comes from. I am not a medical doctor. I don't want to be a medical doctor. I've been a nurse for over 25 years and I absolutely love being a nurse. And so when I had the opportunity to go back to school to get an advanced degree, I decided to do that. My nursing career, I started out as an LPN, a licensed practical nurse. I went back to a local community college here in Orlando, and I got my LPN to RN degree, associate's degree. From there, I went on to school again and received my Bachelor of Science in Nursing. From there, I received my master's degree in nursing and healthcare education. From there, I received a postmaster's certificate from the University of Central Florida in family nurse practitioner as a family nurse practitioner. And then I went to Loyola University of New Orleans to receive my doctor of nursing practice degree. So that's where you see the Dr. Latoya Wells comes from. I am a family nurse practitioner who holds a doctorate degree in nursing. I have, like I said, I've been in healthcare field and nursing for over 25 years. And I currently own Wells Legacy Health and Wellness, which is located at 452 Osceola Street, Suite 106 in Altamont Springs, Florida. Our phone number is 321-306-6755. What services do we offer? Well, I started out my business as a CPR, offering CPR courses and classes to the community, to healthcare providers, all of that. I still offer CPR courses. My passion is to educate my community, to make sure that my family, friends, patients, their friends have the information and the knowledge that they need to be able to advocate for themselves and to create a legacy of good health. And so providing CPR is where it all started in terms of me stepping out into being an entrepreneur. From there, I had the desire for many years to have my own practice, my own medical practice, healthcare practice. And so February 5th of last year, I officially launched Wells Legacy Health and Wellness. We opened up our brick and mortar space in October, and I am just so ecstatic and excited that I get to see patients in the office. I get to see patients in their home. I get to see patients via telehealth. And I'm just so excited about that. We are a provider office that provides care that's convenient to you, wherever that is. If it's wherever it is, we will come to you. We will see you. We will make sure that myself or one of our other providers sees you if you have a need that we can meet. We also provide physical exams. So if you need your annual wellness exam, if you need a sports physical, if you're not feeling well and you need an urgent care visit, we can take care of that. We are able to review labs. If you had some blood work done and you're just not sure what the results are, we can review those results with you and provide you with that education. If you need a sports physical, we will soon be providing DOT physicals. If you are visiting from out of state and you're here in Florida, or if you're in between, you're looking for a new doctor, or for some reason you need a prescription refill and you're not able to get it, we can meet with you, review everything, and provide that one-time refill for you. A new service that we are now offering is medical weight loss. We have different programs available, memberships available to help you meet the needs and meet your healthcare goals. I am a health and wellness coach, so I do provide health and wellness coaching. As I mentioned, I am an educator, and so I love educating and making sure that people have the information and the knowledge that they need. And so you will find me many times in the schools, working with the little kids, different community events, providing education because it's such a passion of mine. And we are now accepting insurance. So we now accept Medicare, Medicaid, and TRICARE. We have several other insurances that we're working on getting credentialed with, and we will let you all know what those are once we have them. So that's who I am in a nutshell. Born and raised Central Florida. My family is here, and I want to be able to give back to my community, the community that raised me, because it took a village to raise myself, my family, just like it does with even my kids. It took a village to raise them. And so that's who I am in a nutshell. How do you get in contact with us? Our website is wellslegacyhealth.com. You can go in there and you can book an appointment with us. If for some reason you want to give us a call, our number is 321-306-6755. So we can be reached 24 hours a day. We do have an answering service. So if you need to call and we're not in the office, you can leave us a message and we will get back with you the next business day. Stay safe, take care, and be well. This is Dr. Latoya Wells with Wells Legacy Health and Wellness. Until next Wednesday, I'll see you later. Bye.